Welcome back to Development Book Club. Today we will be continuing the Buddhist teachings on social and communal harmony, particularly chapter 4 on proper speech, which I'm guessing is a different translation of right speech from the Noble Eightfold Path. There are many fine points and cool examples in the chapter. I really like this one almost as much as dealing with anger. There are 5 factors of right speech. The Buddha says, monks, when speech possesses 5 factors, it is well spoken, not badly spoken, and it is blameless and irreproachable among the wise. What 5? So again, we see the same structure from the numerical discourses. 5. It is spoken at the proper time. What is said is true. It is spoken gently. What is said is beneficial. It is spoken with a mind of loving kindness. When speech possesses these 5 factors, it is well spoken, not badly spoken, and it is blameless and irreproachable among the wise. So, spoken at the proper time, right time to say, if not everything, most things. It is true, not false. It is spoken gently, not harshly. It is beneficial, not harmful. And it is spoken with a mind of loving kindness. And this is a big one that we'll come back to in a few minutes. There's an intention behind right speech. The Buddha's thoughts on holding discussions says, it is in relation to talk monks that a person should be understood as either fit or unfit to talk. If this person is asked a question and he answers evasively, diverts the discussion to an irrelevant subject, and displays anger, hatred, and bitterness, in such a case, this person is unfit to talk. Next paragraph says, this really replies to speaks to what's going on today in 2018, some 2,500 years later. If this person is asked a question and he overwhelms the questioner, crushes him, ridicules him, and seizes upon a slight error, in such a case, a person is unfit to talk. And a note at the end here says that is that the person seizes upon a slight mistake on the other's part as a pretext for criticizing them. And this is what political debate is today. You make the tiniest of errors is made, and it is jumped upon, and the person's entire point or philosophy is torn apart based on even a mistake in speech or something, right? Speaking in an appropriate way, and in this sense, it's to an appropriate person. I'll give you sort of a shortened version of this sutta. It says, and why is it talk on faith wrongly addressed to one devoid of faith? When a talk on faith is being given, a person devoid of faith loses his temper, becomes irritated, hostile, and stubborn. He displays anger, hatred, and bitterness. For what reason? Because he does not perceive that faith in himself and rejoice in it. Therefore, a talk on faith is wrongly addressed to a person devoid of faith. And the same is said versus someone, a talk on virtuous behavior with an immoral person, a talk on learning with someone of little learning, a talk on generosity with a miser, and a talk on wisdom with an unwise person. Likewise, the converse is that a talk on faith should be spoken to one endowed with faith, a talk on virtuous behaviors to the virtuous person, learning to a learned person, generosity to the generous, and wisdom to the wise. My question here then is that, and the reason why, so to return to that, for what reason? Because the person who does not perceive faith, virtuous behavior, being learned, generosity, or wisdom in themselves, people who don't identify as that, they will display anger, hatred, and bitterness. Because, yeah, that's the reason why. But then the question is, well, so what do we do with these people? We just don't address them. We let them sort of be. I don't think the Buddha would say yes to that. And yeah, so something that I've been looking to have addressed for quite a while is there's a small section called Praise When Praise is Due. And it goes like this. The Buddha is talking to a man named Potaliya. So Potaliya approached the Blessed One and exchanged greetings with him. The Blessed One said, Potaliya, there are these 4 kinds of persons found existing in the world. What 4? Number 1, here, some person speaks dispraise of someone who deserves dispraise, And the dispraise is accurate, truthful, and timely, but he does not speak praise of someone who deserves praise, though the praise would be accurate, truthful, and timely. So this is maybe like a hater who would sort of speak bad of someone who kind of deserves it, but if someone's doing well, they would never be the one to say it. Number two, some person speaks praise of someone who deserves praise, and the praise is accurate, truthful, and timely, but he does not speak dispraise of someone who deserves dispraise, though the dispraise would be accurate, truthful, and timely. This would be somebody who would be more passive in their communication, who would love to point out the positive, but is hesitant, reluctant to have an uncomfortable conversation about what needs to be fixed. 3, a person does not speak dispraise of someone who deserves dispraise, though the dispraise would be accurate, truthful, and timely, and he does not speak praise of someone who deserves praise, although the praise would be accurate, truthful, and timely. This is someone who has no expressed opinions towards either people. Number 4, and this person speaks dispraise of somebody who deserves dispraise, and the dispraise is accurate, truthful, and timely. And he also speaks praise of someone who deserves praise, and the praise is accurate, truthful, and timely. So this is someone who criticizes those who should be and speaks well of those who should be as well. These are the 4 kinds of persons found existing in the world. Now, Potalia, which among these 4 kinds of persons seems to you to be the most excellent and sublime? Excellent, sublime, very nice. Potalia responds, of these 4, Master Gautama, the Buddha's name, the one that seems to me most excellent and sublime is the one who does not speak dispraise of someone who deserves dispraise, though the dispraise would be accurate, truthful, and timely, and who does not speak praise of someone who deserves praise, though the praise would be accurate, truthful, and timely. For what reason? Because what excels Master Gautama is equanimity. Unquote. This is Potalia's response. The person who doesn't praise or blame, he says, because it's non-equanimous to do this. And equanimity being my favorite with the Brahmaviharas, the Buddha responds, of those 4, Potalia, the one that I consider the most excellent and sublime is the one who speaks dispraise, the one who does speak dispraise of someone who deserves dispraise. And the dispraise is accurate, truthful, and timely. And who also speaks praise of someone who deserves praise. And the praise is accurate, truthful, and timely. For what reason, replies the Buddha? Because what excels Potalia is knowledge of the proper time to speak in any particular case. The Buddha is directly responding to knowledge of the proper time to speak in any particular case over equanimity. Really cool distinction. So he's allowing for dispraise or blame to be spoken as long as it is accurate, truthful, and timely. And we'll learn one more thing too. Cool, very cool passage there. Really like that one. There's another section, knowing what to say and how to say it. And the Buddha says, here, monks, when one knows overt, sharp speech to be true. So sharp speech, we've been told before not to speak harshly. I'm guessing sharpness is pretty similar. So if someone knows sharp speech to be true, correct, and unbeneficial, one should try not to utter it. But when one knows overt, sharp speech to be true, correct, and beneficial, one may utter it, knowing the time to do so. So again, true, correct, beneficial, and timely. And finally, the Buddha talks about reproving others, or sort of more words on criticism. He says, this is Sariputta here. Address the monks as friends. A monk who wishes to reprove others should first establish 5 things in himself. What 5? He should consider, I will speak, number 1, at a proper time, not at an improper time. Timeliness again. Number 2, I will speak truthfully, not falsely. Number 3, I will speak gently, not harshly. Number 4, I will speak in a beneficial way, not a harmful way. And number 5, I will speak with a mind of loving kindness, not while harboring hatred. A monk who wishes to reprove others should first establish these 5 things in himself. Advice for reproving others. Now advice for receiving criticism or feedback. Sariputta continues, friends, a person who is reproved should be established in 2 things, truth and non-anger. He should reflect this way. If others should reprove me, whether at a proper time or an improper time, whether about what is true or about what is false, whether gently or harshly, whether in a beneficial way or in a harmful way, whether with a mind of loving kindness or while harboring hatred, I should still be established in 2 things, truth and non-anger. If I know there is such a quality in me, I will tell him it exists. This quality is found in me. If I know there is no such quality in me, I will tell him it does not exist. This quality is not found in me. basically accept what is said, whether it is, even if the other person isn't following the rules about timeliness and their own intention, they can still gain something from it. Right speech.